My name is Bruce Wooden. I am head of developer relations at AltspaceVR and a VR evangelist known as Cymatic Bruce as well. AltspaceVR is attempting to build a communication medium for VR online. So several things go into that, making environments that are really neat to be in and really constructing a foundation for people to communicate very naturally in VR. So that includes positional sound, it includes non-verbal motion from the character you're inhabiting as a human, so you feel like it's another human that you're looking at and interacting with, able to make eye contact, that kind of thing. And then making that environment somewhere cool to be, a reason to go. We're starting with the 2D web. It's kind of the reason to be there, to consume something there. So you can check out the web in your own private view. You can share the web in real time, synchronized with other people that are in the space, which is really cool. Check out this funny GIF. It's on the big screen, that kind of thing. And then the last and I think most exciting part about this platform that we're building is the ability for web developers to build VR experiences for WebGL, 3JS, JavaScript that's on the web now. It's already out there. To press a button on in VR browser and have those objects spawn in the space with the VR user, which is all kinds of possibilities arise in once we get that going. So that's kind of what AltSpace is briefly, to connect with people in VR space, make that easy to do. Let's share the content starting with 2D web and enable developers to build some things using web developer tools. How I became involved with AltspaceVR has been kind of my personal success story, I suppose. So, I really, once all this stuff began, even before the Kickstarter, I was there and on the forums when all of this stuff was brewing, and it was just so exciting. At that point, I was first on the Kickstarter, and I decided then, hey, I'm going to be a part of this thing, right? Some way, and things kind of spiraled very quickly for me. I made a few videos, those got popular, people were asking me to speak at things, got involved in the SVVR and co-organizing that, and yeah, I just met all these people that are really excited about VR, really enthusiastic about it, and also quite a few people that were serious to the point of putting their money behind or gathering money for the purpose of making VR experiences. And I had the fortune to meet up with the two founders of AltSpace, Eric Romo and Gavin Wilight, and known them. They've been longtime SVVR guys that have been coming to the meetups and checking stuff out. And they approached me and and saw that something to add, given the work and the contributions I had already made to the community. And I'm really grateful for that. And that's kind of where it all started. It was, I think, the road trip to Davis to see Doc Ock's lab, actually, where a lot of stuff, where we had a few hours in the car to talk about, VR and this and that with those guys were included on that trip, along with Carl Krantz. Yeah, it kind of blossomed from there. It was really very, very, very cool when I found out what they were working on, what they were thinking about, and I was like, yeah, sign me up, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to change careers, and that's kind of the whole thrust of what I was doing this stuff for in the first place. I really wanted to find a way to change what I was doing in my life. This is like one of those moments in history where disruptive technology will be changing the world, and it's like one of those moments you wish you were there when Woz and Jobs were doing their thing, or when Romero and Carmack were doing their thing. You wish you were of age, or I was right there in that place. Would I have been a part of this? And I want to be able to tell my grandkids, yeah, I was on that VR train. I was in the thick of it. So, but yeah, it's really very very fortunate journey so far, and it's just begun, really. My input here has been partially with the VR tech. A lot of the devs come in here, they're excited about VR, but they're not going to be experts in how to set up a DK2 or what the community has already kind of tossed over and figured out. It's kind of my role to be on that stuff, to have my finger on the pulse of the VR community and see what's out there, what kind of ideas people have been throwing out there. I have a unique position of being the guy that's played, I don't know, now over 600 or 700 VR experiences. So at that point, I have a very decent sense about what may or may not work in VR, or what that experience was for me, and maybe what kind of changes there. So I've been definitely contributing a lot of design discussions around locomotion, around our UI, UX, and a lot of those discussions about avatars as well. And it's been great to be involved in that at a design level and making this experience from the ground up. And also be very outward facing, doing interviews like we're doing here, being at the meetups, interfacing with the community, finding out what their ideas about AltspaceVR are after they try the demo, and really coordinating all of that stuff. So when we get to the point of doing betas and more betas and rolling stuff out, that we are in a position to really offer what the community would like to see. And also expand beyond that too, and for the everyday user that's going to be new to VR to really blow their minds as well. In addition to the person that's kind of, this is all old hat and they're waiting for the next big thing with their dev kit, right? So yeah, I think that's where it's merged. I think everyone here at Altspace is very passionate about VR, very excited about it in their own way, and that's definitely been driving the team as far as what we're building here. I think on the UI front, as far as the criticisms that we have, it's so hard to give people instructions after the headset is down and try to tell them how to navigate whatever you put in there. So a lot of our UI has been influenced by, we need to make this so a person can just put on the headset and get it. And we don't have to spend a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes explaining to them how they're going to do this, right? And that all kind of goes in with the natural feeling, natural interface, right? But then the positive side, I think that one, people just say, oh man, that is impressive. I get it now. I get what you were explaining. And two, everyone just comes with ideas. They're always like, oh man, I could be working in my office. I could be doing my work all day. I could be watching the big game in Altspace with some buddies from across the country. I could be doing this and that and this. And so that's always a joy to see, to have people come out of that experience kind of wild-eyed and excited about the potential for what we've built already. Yeah, that's definitely something that we're treasuring and try to capture as much as possible to kind of keep that in mind for our use cases we want to cater to. When people come up with these ideas, they're like, wow, we never thought of that, right? So yeah, what lies ahead for Altspace is definitely a beta. And we're kind of saying beta, but I mean, it's so far from feature complete, right? It's not a beta in the sense like we're already done with it and we're just stress testing the servers. It's a beta in the respect that we are going to be heavily looking at users, what they're doing and what they say they would like, and making real changes to the software. So that's what's on the horizon.